Ladies and gentlemen, we have a real treat for you today on the Hammondcast Show. I'm here in Hollywood, California at our 8th consecutive year at the ASCAP I Create Music Expo with a music creator and very, very nice cat we just happened to meet by accident before this scheduled interview, and found out that we have a lot of...
Believe that. Sorry.
That's all right. We have a lot of mutual friends in the small world of music, and I'm sitting here with Jonny Kaplan. How you doing, Johnny?
I'm good.
All
How
right.
are you, John? It's great to meet you. Hi,
Great.
everyone.
Yeah, well, we're happy to meet you, and I've been hearing a lot about you, and very small world. The first thing I noticed on your bio that Bobby sent over to us is that you're playing with a really excellent organ player who I met in Hamburg, Germany, and that's Rami Jaffee.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, Rami, he's like my brother. You know, we go back years, and he's been on all my records, and of course, you know, you guys know each other because you're both phenomenal players. You know, and you're both in the club. You know.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I noticed when I met him in Hamburg, he was playing at the Grunspan with the Wallflowers at the time. You know?
Yeah.
And he had this speaker that was modified by this guy, Bill Beer, who's no longer with us. And I had the same setup, and so we started talking. So when you see Rami, tell him a big howdy.
Yeah,
Rami,
I totally will.
Yeah.
I will. That's great.
Great. And then we happened to find out that the Barsottis are friends of yours, very near and dear
It's
friends.
such a small world, huh?
Yeah,
We just met in the bathroom before the interview. Is what happened.
It's a riot. Right?
Yeah, yeah, those guys, the Barsotti family are, they're like family to me, you know, as well, and I love them dearly, and you know, the interesting thing is, you know, when I met Peter and Betica Barsotti, I didn't know anything about them other than that they owned this bar that I was playing at, and I knew nothing about their Bill Graham past or any of that stuff. And one day they said, "Hey, we got you a gig. We got you a gig opening up for Wilco at the Fillmore." And I said, "What? Are you kidding me? Okay." And then they sort of led on as to what they'd been doing over the years, and I was pretty blown away. You know,
Yeah,
they had some amazing careers, those guys.
They were,
you know,
a big cog-wheel in the Bill Graham Presents mechanism.
Yeah,
and,
it's pretty fascinating.
Betica did all the catering, and Peter was one of the right-hand men to Bill Graham, and tragically they're both gone now, you know, but anyway, beautiful people.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so anyway, so you've got your own project, your own band, and I see that too you have been doing this Rolling Stones cover band thing.
Yeah.
And so are you still doing that? Or that's...
Well, we do it. You know, the thing is, it's funny, that band is called Bitch, and it's the same band as Jonny Kaplan and Lazy Stars with the addition of one guitar player. But it's pretty much the same band. But we put it together as just to have fun and play at a party, and because we don't really give a shit and we're just playing cover songs and it's just for fun, people really gravitate to it, and we've gotten to play these crazy like corporate shows and really amazing benefit shows for really good causes, you know, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun, you know, and when you're playing cover songs with your friends, there's no pressure and there's no attitude. We're all just there to have a great time, so it's always a hoot when we get to play, you know.
Well,
yeah.
The #1 rock and roll band in the world. Their music has crossed over to so many demographics over the years, you know, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
But, you know, one thing that struck me is that when I met you, I was thinking, well, you know, Johnny, you're a young cat, you know, younger than me anyway, you know, but yet you know a lot of the people that I've known, you know, since I was a teenager. So, you must have started young, man.
Well... I mean, I did start...
When did you start gigging out?
I started playing gigs when I was like 20 years old, which isn't really young, you know? But more than that, I think it's more that, you know, when you play rootsy-ish type music, and what I would, you know, at the risk of sounding, you know, weird or anything, what I would call legitimate rock and roll, you know? people respect it, and I've gotten to know some of the older established cats just from doing what I do, you know, because they like it, you know, because we're doing this similar kind of music. Because, you know, I mean, all of my influence comes from the past. There's nothing that comes from a computer with my music, you know. So I think that might be where it's coming from.
Yeah, well,
I mean, because I would have had to start playing gigs when I was 3.
Yeah, right. I know. I was trying to do the math. I was thinking, it's unbelievable, you know.
Yeah.
But a lot of the press that I've seen about you, they refer to you as kind of a traditional troubadour in that sense, you know.
I love
troubadour.
it,
when I think troubadour, I think you know, a cat who travels with the music. So you've been doing quite a bit of traveling, right?
My whole life, you know, and you know, I've been to Europe a million times. I've been to Japan, South America, and I love it. I mean, you know, I got to a point maybe about 10 years ago when I really first started touring a lot in different countries, where, you know, this dream I had when I was a little kid of, you know, selling 100 million records and like limousines and this whole mansion thing, that was not really realistic. But what really was realistic was that I could take my guitar and I could go see the world, you know? And when I made that sort of conscious decision to do it, the doors opened up and I started traveling the world.
It's amazing that you say that, you know, because I grew up in the Bay Area. For me, my whole sphere was the Bay Area. I never really thought of going around the world with my music until I had a music lesson with this fantastic jazz accordion player who put the idea in my head at my first lesson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had me sit down with him in his music room, and he took his accordion out, and he said, "Take a good look at my accordion." He said, "This was my ticket around the world 8 times, you know." He said, "Now I'm an old cat, you're a young cat. If you want to travel around the world with your music, you might never get rich, but you'll see the world, you know?"
Yeah.
And so he recognized that. He said, "You have your own style, so don't let anybody change your style, you know."
Yeah.
But if you want to do this, and I thought about it for about 2 seconds, I thought that's a fantastic idea, and then I ended up doing a bunch of traveling. But like, so you're originally from Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So when did you relocate from Philadelphia to LA?
Well, I moved from Philadelphia to New York first when I was about 18. I was just a kid with a guitar. I wanted to join a rock band, you know, and I looked around and played with a bunch of people. I didn't even sing yet. I was just a guitar player. And I couldn't find a singer. So after a couple years of having fun in New York and goofing around, I came out to California to look for a singer. And I must have left New York in the snow, because I got here and it was sunny and beautiful, and I went to the beach and I never went home. I've been here for 20 years, you know?
Yeah, I couldn't understand how you could fall in love with the.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, this is in some ways we're in paradise right now. You know, sunny California, Hollywood, man, this is where it's at. You know.
You know, it's funny to me. Like, if you take the entertainment business and music business and the record business and all that shit out of Southern California, and you're left with Southern California, it's one of the best places in the world.
No
you
doubt,
got the desert and the mountains and the ocean.
Well, you did both. You did New York and you did LA.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, you got to go either one of the or both. You know.
I lived in Nashville for a while as well.
Oh, really?
Too.
Cool.
Just a few years ago, I moved there for a while to do some work, like songwriting work.
So you've had some pretty big name people appearing on your recordings, notably Daryl Hannah.
Yeah.
And so how did you meet her? How did that happen that you have a musical collaboration with her?
Well, you know, it's interesting. It was very organic. She's a friend, you know, and she was involved with one of my band members, you know. So we were always hanging out with each other, and she's always got a guitar in her hand, or she's always playing a piano, and she's a very musical person. So whenever we would all get together, we would always be playing music. And, you know, the video, actually, that just got released today, was actually an incredible gift from her, because we were doing some filming stuff for her, and we were being her backup band, and she said, "You know what? Let's do a video for your song." And she just sort of gave that to us, which was so incredible of her. And really, it just happened absolutely organically. I mean,
that's beautiful,
she's a friend, and she loves music. Right. And actually, you know, being a singer, her voice and mine blend very well together, and it's very easy for her and I to sing together.
I'm going to definitely watch that video, and
Yeah.
you know, so you had a lot of lucky lights shining on you, and then we have another mutual friend that we just happen to be talking about, and that's our good old friend Eddie Money.
Yeah.
I go way back with Eddie Money. I always like to say I used to play with Eddie Money before he had any money. You know?
Oh, that's funny,
Yeah,
man.
right.
I love the Money Man. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's great. I just got to bump into him a month ago.
So your band actually backed up Eddie on something?
We backed him up years ago, and what it was our friends that we were speaking about earlier, the Barsotis, have this bar called the Iron Door Saloon. It's the oldest bar in California.
Continuously operated bar in the state of California.
Yeah, and we've been, the Lazy Stars have been sneaking up there for 20 years and playing. I mean, it's like a home away from home. And a couple years back, Eddie was up there, and Peter called and said, "Hey, man, I got a gig for you guys. You got to do it. Don't say no. You have to do it. You got to back up Eddie Money. He's up here and he wants to do a show, and I want you guys to do it." And I said, "Man, are you kidding me? Of course." So I said, "Good. Eddie wants to talk to you," and he gave me the phone, and you know.
Well, I'll send this over to Eddie. He'll get a kick.
Oh, he's gonna love it, man.
I just got a sign that we have to wrap it up. I don't know. There's something coming in here, but
okay.
But you know, you're a very positive cat, man. I'm really happy to meet you, and especially the way we met, and all our mutual friends and connections in the small world of music. So I'm sure we're going to be bumping into each other.
Absolutely, I hope so, John.
Yeah.
That's great.
And Johnny, tell our listeners out there where they can find you. You have an official website, Facebook, I'm sure.
Sure. You can go to Facebook, Jonny Kaplan and the Lazy Stars, or you can go to www.jonnyKaplanmusic.com.
And that's Jonny.
Thank you.
Yeah. No H, folks.
No
Just
H.
Like me, no H, too. You know?
Me, you, and John Bon Jovi are the three Johns with no H.
Right on.
So, yeah,
okay,
thanks,
Johnny,
guys.
Thanks a lot, man.
That's
all right.
What a
it's
pleasure.
A wrap. All right.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.